to the new Shop and Save in the Kingwood Plaza. You'll enjoy the wide, spacious aisles, the great selection, and the convenience of a locally owned, locally operated grocery store. Check out the full-service deli with a wide variety of meats and cheeses, custom sliced the way you like it. The smell of the fresh-baked breads and cakes in the bakery. Welcome to Shop and Save in Reedsville, Terra Alta, and the new Shop and Save in the Kingwood Plaza.
I like to think when customers turn on their internet or the TV, it just works. We're all of the stuff that happens behind the TV and behind the modem that make it work. Sean Brushett, Vice President of Technical Operations.
People work from home, people work all hours, and so the network must stay up. I am Chris Bubach, managing the Network Operations Center. We observe the network as a whole. A lot of people go into providing the service, and a lot of technology and concepts go into providing that service.
I think as an enterprise, we would pride ourselves on being large enough to bring scale to bear on things like innovation, product roadmap. At the same time, we're small enough and agile enough that we can make decisions quickly and respond to customers' needs, product use cases, and impacts to our network.
In order to keep things rolling, there's a lot more interconnectedness happening between networks. There used to be like little kingdoms of networks. Now it's much more of a nation of networks that operate together in order to make everything work.
Every customer situation is as unique as how they engage with our products. We're ultimately going to be the catalyst for the entire customer experience. And so it always comes back to people. All of these folks, everything they do connects to a customer experience. And so as I go from region to region, whether it's in Graysonville, Maryland, or Miramar in Florida, I see teams, they've got each other's backs in the middle of an emergency.
People who are hungry to learn and to work in an active, breathing network, building for stability, reliability, growth.
The future is powered behind the internet and the Internet of Things. For us to be on the forefront of that and to lead that change is really exciting.
Need a lift? Get back on your feet with a lift chair from Delano's Furniture. Recline, lay flat, massage, lift. Delano's has a huge selection from top name brands and will even give it a lift home with immediate delivery. Delano's Furniture.
Of the fresh-baked breads and cakes in the bakery. Welcome to Shop and Save in Reedsville, Terra Alta, and the new Shop and Save in the Kingwood Plaza.
I like to think when customers turn on their internet or the TV, it just works. We're all of the stuff that happens behind the TV and behind the modem that make it work. Sean Brushett, Vice President of Technical Operations.
People work from home, people work all hours, and so the network must stay up. I am Chris Bubach, managing the Network Operations Center. We observe the network as a whole. A lot of people go into providing the service, and a lot of technology and concepts go into providing that service.
I think as an enterprise, we would pride ourselves on being large enough to bring scale to bear on things like innovation, product roadmap. At the same time, we're small enough and agile enough that we can make decisions quickly and respond to customers' needs, product use cases, and impacts to our network.
In order to keep things rolling, there's a lot more interconnectedness happening between networks. There used to be like little kingdoms of networks. Now it's much more of a nation of networks that operate together in order to make everything work.
Every customer situation is as unique as how they engage with our products. We're ultimately going to be the catalyst for the entire customer experience. And so it always comes back to people. All of these folks, everything they do connects to a customer experience. And so as I go from region to region, whether it's in Graysonville, Maryland, or Miramar in Florida, I see teams, they've got each other's backs in the middle of an emergency.
People who are hungry to learn and to work in an active, breathing network, building for stability, reliability, growth.
The future is powered behind the internet and the Internet of Things. For us to be on the forefront of that and to lead that change is really exciting.
Need a lift? Get back on your feet with a lift chair from Delano's Furniture. Recline, lay flat, massage, lift. Delano's has a huge selection from top name brands and will even give it a lift home with immediate delivery. Delano's Furniture.
As a leader in rural healthcare since 1955, Mon Health Preston Memorial Hospital consistently provides compassionate, quality healthcare for our community. We offer state-of-the-art robotic procedures, are the first acute stroke-ready hospital in the state, and offer a new comprehensive infusion center for cancer care. Our 25-bed acute care facility provides high-caliber, personalized, close-to-home care. Choose Mon Health. Feel the difference.
Welcome to the new Shop and Save in the Kingwood Plaza. You'll enjoy the wide, spacious aisles, the great selection, and the convenience of a locally owned, locally operated grocery store. Check out the full-service deli with a wide variety of meats and cheeses, custom sliced the way you like it. The smell of the fresh baked breads and cakes in the bakery. Welcome to Shop and Save in Reedsville, Terra Alta, and the new Shop and Save in the Kingwood Plaza.
I like to think when customers turn on their internet or the TV, it just works. We're all of the stuff that happens behind the TV and behind the modem that make it work. Sean Brushett, Vice President of Technical Operations.
People work from home, people work all hours, and so the network must stay up. I am Chris Bubach, managing the Network Operations Center. We observe the network as a whole. A lot of people go into providing the service, and a lot of technology and concepts go into providing that service.
I think as an enterprise, we would pride ourselves on being large enough to bring scale to bear on things like innovation, product roadmap. At the same time, we're small enough and agile enough we can make decisions quickly and respond to customers' needs, product use cases, and impacts to our network.
In order to keep things rolling, there's a lot more interconnectedness happening between networks. There used to be like little kingdoms of networks. Now it's much more of a nation of networks that operate together in order to make everything work.
Every customer situation is as unique as how they engage with our products. We're ultimately going to be the catalyst for the entire customer experience. And so it always comes back to people. All of these folks, everything they do connects to a customer experience. And so as I go from region to region, whether it's in Graysonville, Maryland, or Miramar in Florida, I see teams, they've got each other's backs in the middle of an emergency.
People who are hungry to learn and to work in an active, breathing network, building for stability, reliability, growth.
The future is powered behind the internet and the Internet of Things. For us to be on the forefront of that and to lead that change is really exciting.
lift? Get back on your feet with a lift chair from Delano's Furniture. Recline, lay flat, massage, lift. Delano's has a huge selection from top name brands and will even give it a lift home with immediate delivery. Delano's Furniture.
Well, good evening, Preston Knight fans, wherever you may be. Steve Blake and Alex Roca. We're here in the castle on a cold winter evening as we get set for some Preston Knight varsity basketball. And the Lady Knights have the floor this evening, and we will be bringing you this contest as they take on the high-flying Grafton Bearcats from Taylor County, West Virginia, currently number 3 in WVSS-AC AAA rankings. The 9-0 Bearcats coming in, and the Knights have had a little bit of a tough start this season. They're 1-5 right now, but looking to improve with each game, and hopefully tonight can put in a good performance against this powerhouse team, because they are loaded. Lights go down in the castle. Not a power outage, not a storm alert. Ladies like to put on a little bit of a show here during the introduction. I think a lot of teams do this now, Alex, at the high school level as well as college.
At the high school level, that's a great thing for the kids. You get them, that self-esteem pumped up, and you get the crowd involved. It helped everybody around, which is a good thing to see them get pumped up before a basketball game, get the lights go down, and get introduced to the home crowd. That's a great thing to see.
Oh yeah, a lot of fun to be had here in the castle. Nice turnout in the student section this evening. Not quite as big a crowd here tonight owing to the weather as might have been, but a good group up from Grafton as well to watch their Bearcats and cheer them on. And I think we're going to have an exciting contest here at Preston High this evening, and hopefully for the ladies it can be a little more competitive than they've been able to bring to the floor. One of the issues for Preston has just been weather delays here, more so than in some counties, have led to they've only had about 3 practices since the middle of December that they've been able to get in. Not making excuses, just makes it tough. But you got a good group here coaching with Brian Miller, the head coach, ably assisted by Brian Noonan, Rick Masco, who's been here working with the girls for years and coaching JV and assisting with the varsity, and Bruce Huggins, our old AD, is coming back and volunteering with the team, and he's an assistant coach as well. So we got a good group of coaches here, and they'll get the ship straightened out as we get into the heart of the 2025 portion of this 24-25 season.
Yes, like you already mentioned, these girls, I mean, this season is still young. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of cancellation due to the weather, and like you already mentioned, it makes it a little, not making excuses again, like you said, but it makes it tough, when these girls cannot get in the gym and work out the way they're supposed to, the way they would like to, and then come out and, cold. Well, just to give you an idea how cold it is, I mean, it's 14 degrees outside up in the mountains, so it's pretty cold. So it makes it tough, but I'm pretty sure these girls are going to come out tonight ready to play and put on a good show for the crowd and, of course, for themselves.
Yeah. Well, they bring the lights back up here in the castle. Yeah, that's a little scary sometimes. They did that one night, and it took about 20 minutes to get them back on. We were a little worried about having a game. No, I joke. They've got a good crew here and good facilities management. They take care of us, and they take care of their Preston Knights. And what a beautiful place to have a basketball game here on a winter evening in January. So the girls are set on both sides of the ball. Preston in the white with black and silver trim, and the blue and gold Bearcats, and they are off and running, Alex.
Yes, right off the tip-off there, nice quick pass underneath and a nice score for the Bearcats with the first basket of the game. So they're up and running already, so we got to watch for that.
From the perimeter, shot up just a little bit off the mark. Preston's Cam Matheny with that one. Ball out to the Knights, so the Lady Knights will keep it on that end of the floor and work to try and run the offense and execute here. And you see this is a tough man defense with a little bit of zone that they'll switch in and out of, does Grafton, and the Bearcats unable to round that one up, and the ball tapped away there at the last second.
And that was a very long shot there. Nice open by Kendra Nazarod. And that goes to show how rusty these girls are, unable to get into the gym and work on that game. I mean, she's a pretty good shooter if you leave her open like that.
Look at the competition for the ball here. I mean, Grafton, as we saw East Fairmont do, Grafton very, very aggressive defensively, tapping that ball into the back court. That's, they're going to call that an over and back. I'm not too sure. I thought the defender touched that ball.
She did.
Would have made that a legal play, but the official doesn't see it that way from his angle. So the Bearcats go to work here. Up top for Grafton, Jaslyn Ray on the point. She's a senior, transferred into Grafton, and has really made some hay since she got there, and does a fine job for the Bearcats. That one, I think, tipped out of bounds, tipped away.
They're going to call that a reach-in foul against the Bearcats.
.634 of the first quarter, and it's still just a 2-0 contest. Knights, if they can get some offense going here, and they do, and tie it up at the 6:26 mark.
That was Kendra Nazarod underneath. I mean, she can dominate the underneath if you leave her open, and she had a nice little pass to her, and she just finished it off.
from the perimeter, and Knights hold it even for one possession there, and now the Bearcats come down, get a quick basket, and they will drop back quickly to defend. But the Knights this evening doing a much better job in the paint than they were able to do against Fairmont Senior. Kendra Naselrod with that basket.
And that's what the rotation of the basketball comes in. Good crisp pass, that's what opens up the underneath look, and that's what they're looking at right so far right now. You got to be able to pass the ball on the perimeter, to get the defender out of position. That's just going to open up the underneath.
One and done, quick rebound. And the Bearcats, not shy, they push it into the front court at the 5-minute mark here. And they'll look for the perimeter, then go down inside, and we're going to get a whistle.
Yeah, they're gonna call that foul there on Kendra Naselrod on that foul over the back.
Kendra's a hard charger on both ends of the floor, and she will try to deny.
Yes, Kendra, she works very hard on her game. I mean, I've watched her, in the gym working out and working on her agility and her footwork, and she works hard at it.
Kenna Keener from the line. And Preston back to work here. And that ball on the floor, and we'll get a stop in play.
Yeah, that pass right there to Naselrod was just a little too low on her feet, and she's had a hard time bending down and grab that ball before it got to her, but luckily it got kicked before it got to her.
Off the front of the iron, gathered up and going to work once again is Naselrod. Knights trail by 1 at 5-4. 4.5 to go here in a rapidly moving first period of play. And the Knights have done a pretty good job defensively. The Bearcats have had a couple of easy set plays, and right there they get the ball in, up it goes, and again a foul. And once again that'll put Keener at the line. So Kenna Keener, the 6-foot junior.
She's a big girl. I mean, she's tall. I mean, she's going to get those rebounds. We got to get the body on her and push her out of there.
Great footwork and a nice-looking shot from the free throw line. She was 1 of 2 her last trip to the stripe here just moments ago. And once again, so about a 50% free throw shooter here on the evening, but she looks like typically better than that.
And they're going to call that a jump ball, and the Knights will remain possession of the basketball.
Possession arrow is all important because the Knights will get down there and scrap for that ball, and they're not shy about it. They will wrestle with you for that ball. Ball taken away there. Nice move across the paint, but Naselrod unable to finish. And Grafton going to get a second chance opportunity here off the rebound. They go to Keener, has it stolen away to the right of the alley. And now we're going to get a blocking foul on Jaslyn Ray.
Yeah, she
so
stuck her foot out there and said, nope, you're not going to go through here, and
yeah.
she got it called for it.
Speedy point guard, but she got a little creative defensively that time. And hopefully the Knights can take it at midcourt here with 3.5 on a turning first quarter clock. We'll see if they can pick up some points. They've gotten a little quiet offensively. Ball chased down the corner, nice trap, and working her way out of it there, Isabella Miller. She did a good job getting out of the trap, but needed some help.
Absolutely. Anytime, you get trapped, it's very important for your teammates to come out and help you, because when they trap like that, you got to make a nice clean pass, and it's hard to do when you're being trapped because you panic and you never know. So it's good for your teammates to come up and show themselves and give you good help.
Ball belongs to the Bearcats here. They try to go down low with it. And they'll get a turnover.
They're going to take a walk on her before she shot that.
Shuffled the feet, trying to get position there. Good move in the paint and a sharp pass, but to no avail for Grafton. And the Knights have done a good job denying them some of the things they've wanted to do in the paint here thus far in this contest. Down the lane, up with the shot is Ava Bishop. And Bishop's going to get a trip to the line here. Give the foul to Grafton's number 10, Hadley Horn, her first. Team third, I believe. Preston will send Cameron Seipolt back onto the floor now quickly, as Ava gets ready for another free throw. That's up and good.
Yeah, the Knights are matching up pretty good against Grafton. They really are. They're not let them take off and fast breaks. They're pretty.
You are looking at in this Grafton squad the number 3 AAA ladies team in the state of West Virginia currently. But that's why you play the games. On any given night, in any given game, somebody can rise up. The Knights, I think the biggest issue right now is they're just looking for who's going to have that mentality of being next man up.
Yeah, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for somebody to step up and be a leader. That's what they want, especially bringing the ball up from the backcourt. That's what they're looking for. Somebody to step up, said, "Hey, I'm going to take charge of this team and I'm going to help you carry this." And that's what they need. That's what they're looking for.
Bella Miller from the corner, little bit strong with that shot, and Grafton does not give the Knights another opportunity there as they battle out a rebound on the floor after the miss. So the Knights have got to hustle back down, try to get another stop here. Player control violation gives the Bearcats their 4th personal. And that one, again, on Horn, that'll be her 2nd foul with 1:21 to go in the first period. Nice aggressive charge with the ball, but she got just a little bit too aggressive there and crashed into the defender.
Now they're going to call that reach in by number 11 for the Grafton, which is going to take the Knights to the sideline for a throw-in. I believe that's 5 fouls now. That should be a one-on-one. I thought it was kind of odd that they send her.
They check with the scorer's table.
Yep.
And indeed, that is the case.
But we gotta make those though.
Yeah, up and off the mark for Seipolt. She'll have another one coming. So that's a 2-shot foul, evidently. Okay. We thought it was a 1-and-1.
That's what I thought it was.
But
But I was wrong.
She got a second shot there. 8-5. It's a one-possession contest here as we come to the 1 minute mark. 1 minute of the first period here in the Castle. And the Lady Knights trying to hang on right here to these Bearcats and not give them any ground and not let them build any kind of a first quarter lead here.
Yes, the Knights is definitely holding their own. I mean, they really are. I mean, they'll deny the ball well. They'll covering the player, and they're not letting give him easy looks, which is great.
Seipold picked up her first foul on the floor, but that was just the third team foul for Preston. And they get a turnover with 44.1. They'll put the ball in play, and I would dare to say Coach Brian Miller's going to try to control the tempo here a little bit, if he can, with his team.
So just a little too hard off the glass on that one.
Bishop saw an open look, took it, little strong. Coming back the other way, I believe it'll be Miller with the foul. Preston's fourth. And yes, indeed, Bella Miller picks up her first personal of the contest. Stopping the ball there, not giving up the easy layup. And Horn, a good free throw shooter, says that's okay. If I got to get them one at a time and shoot from back here. Sets herself, second shot up, strong off the iron. And off the miss, a walk. So Traveling will give the Knights the ball and 22 seconds to work with in this first period.
The name of the game here now is protect the basketball, make good passes and see what the open shot is and go from there.
Now they're going to call a travel, and we're going to go the other way as Allie Sheets took an extra step in there, says the official, on her way to the iron.
As she got close to that basket, that lane closed real quick because two players dropped in there and trapped her right underneath there, and she got a little excited and unfortunately got the call against her.
3 seconds and a foul picked up there. Second personal for Seipold. And a little bit, kind of one of those fouls you hate to see given. At that point, you like the aggressive defense and trying to trap and stop, but to give the foul with 3 seconds on the clock here.
And of course, those are some of the things that coach is going to adjust this in between quarters here and get this straightened up.
Grafton gets 2 more and inches their way out to an 11-5 advantage here as we come to the end of the first period. And the girls will huddle both ways, and these teams will talk it over. As they do so, we want to say thank you to the major sponsors that help bring us Preston Knight varsity basketball all season long. First and foremost among those, Prodigy, with that great fiber to the home connection for your home, your business, for work, for leisure, for school work, whatever you need to do out there on the web. Prodigy, with the fiber optic connection that lets you ride the light. It's great, Alex. No more delay. Prodigy, a locally owned technology company. Check them out today. And, of course, our good friends at Mon Health, Preston Memorial Hospital, growing, getting bigger and better all the time. The Vandalia Health Network that they are part of is a vast system across West Virginia, but you don't have to leave your local area, your hometown, the mountaintop here in Kingwood, to get the health care you and your family need and deserve. Preston Memorial, Mon Health. And, of course, our friends at Shop and Save. With 3 great stores across Preston County, one great idea, and that is value for your dollar, the things that you and your family need. Shop and Save. Love the friendly people at Shop and Save and the great deals they bring for us. Get us through these cold Preston County winters. Now the Knights, they're not cold. They're playing hot here right now. They're playing a little hot hand with the ball, trying to play tough defensively and deny the Bearcats anything easy here, because Grafton wanting to get on a run, and you see it right there, the 3 ball up, and they drain that for their 14th point, 7.5 minutes on a turning first half clock. And the Knights can't get down on themselves here. Gotta watch the mental errors that lead to mistakes like that and lead to turnovers.
Yes, the mental mistakes is what really can hurt you sometimes, and if they can correct that, they can stick with this team like they did in the first quarter there. So just gotta watch it. And the Knights they're doing a good job. They're not bad. They're keeping up with this team. They're giving them, like you said, the open, easy shots underneath. They're hustling underneath and denying them. They're doing a good job at it.
Another 3 ball look as we wind down toward the 7-minute mark. Off the mark, long rebound, and Preston will own this ball. Been stuck on 5 here for a couple of minutes. They need to kind of try to get the offense ignited. They're playing pretty good defensively against the number 3 team in the state. Looking for the basket and up with that one, and good. And the Knights do, in fact, move the needle a little bit. So 14-7, trailing by 7 with 6.5 to go. And trying to get back and get a stop here. And a tie-up as Ava Bishop got in there wrangling for the ball. Preston will control that, and now the Bearcats going to put some pressure on full court if they can here. Going to force the Lady Knights into a press break situation, and they're up to that. Miller with the score on the end of that one. Nicely done. Ball didn't touch the ground very much, and that's what you want. Sharp passing, quick, and find the opening and cut like a knife.
And that's the only way to beat a press, Steve. You cannot dribble. You got to pass the ball, and that's how you score easily the way she did right there. That's the only way to beat a press successfully is by passing the ball the way they did. And the Grafton girls are trying to get the outside shooting going now. As we noticed, they already took about 3 shots from the outside, and that's what they're focusing on right now. And the Knights are denying them pretty decent. And
they've got a group of 3 or 4 pretty good perimeter shooters. They're a little cold here tonight. Nice running one-hander up and in. I was looking for a number there. Didn't quite get it, but good-looking shot for their 16th point. As we come down to the 5-minute mark here of the first half, it's a 16-9 advantage. Not getting out of hand here, the Knights. Oh, tried a sharp pass deep in the corner there, and a little too hot coming in.
Just a little bit out of her reach in that pass, but they'll regroup from that.
Bearcats wanting to go down low to Keener, who has been quiet for a while, set out for a little bit, back in now, and moving quickly into the low post there. A nice move, and the Knights able to poke it out of bounds. Now looking to get that ball in, and the Knights again doing a good job denying them anything in close, forcing the Bearcats to reset, and they'll put that ball back out front in the hands of Ray, and Jaslyn Ray runs the offense here and takes the shot. Strong.
And that's
Won't go, and it's Miller with the rebound. Challenged on that by Ray, and she said, nope, that's my ball. Got right out of there with it.
And that's what the Knights is trying to do. They're daring them to take the outside shot. They're shutting down the inside and they're making them take the outside shot.
Keener inside and nicely defended by Nasal Rod. Going to pick up a foul, her second, but she did a great job there reacting to the ball. And that was a foul, but not by much. Keener up to the task from the line where she's shooting 50% on the evening. And we'll see if that continues or, yep, indeed, 1 of 2. She is 3 of 6 on the evening from the line. And the Knights chuck one away there. Can't give any weak passes up here. This team's too good. They get in the lanes and they ball hawk.
And we forced them to throw it away, so we got the ball back. And that's what they need to do. If you make a mistake, just don't put your head down, get back on defense, hustle, and make them make a mistake. And we did that.
Here in the Castle this evening, playing in front of an abbreviated crowd, you would have to say, due to the weather. A lot of folks were unsure, I think, whether this contest was going to get played this evening. And games on tap for the rest of the week for both the men's and women's squads. In question, owing to this, I'm going to call it typical Preston County weather, but I'm old. I know what it was like in the 70s.
Well,
this isn't a lot of snow, Alex.
No, back in the day, you know, we had 10 feet of snow and we still have school.
Yep. March right through it. Uphill both ways.
Both ways, that's right. Uphill both ways with 10 feet of snow. And we still went to school. And I believe that, I don't know if this will make any effect tomorrow or not, but they called off the school tomorrow already.
Yeah, they're expecting some snow to come down in the morning and slicking up the roads. And
see, what the Knights is doing, like I said earlier, see, they're daring them to shoot that outside shot. They're shutting down Keener underneath, which that's what Nazarad is doing when she was in there. But that's what they're doing. They're daring them to take the outside shot. They said, hey, if you're going to beat us, beat it from the outside, not the inside. And that's what they're doing right now.
here comes Keener on a drive, little slip there.
Yeah, they're going to call that one on Saipo, but
Yeah, and Cameron Seipolt has picked up her 4th foul way too early in this contest. And she sat out for a while, tried to conserve not just some energy, but conserve some fouls. And it's going to be a tough second half for Seipolt because she's going to have to try and contain the ball, contain the player, and contain herself from committing fouls if she wants to stay on the floor.
yes, and Keener, I mean, she's pretty tall girl. I mean, they're gonna so far is giving us a little bit of a problem underneath, but so far we are shutting her down.
Ava Bishop brings it over the timeline, goes to work here in the corner. Bella Miller pulls the trigger immediately, just off the mark. She'll find the range. Good free throw shooter is Miller.
And we got a call here for the Knights. They're gonna call that, reaching on the rebound, and the Knights will get the ball. with 2:35 to go on the second quarter.
Just the first foul for Kendra Keener, and it's impressive because she's very active on both ends of the floor. Good footwork. She moves well with and without the ball. She defends very well, and she's fairly aggressive as a defender in the paint, but has played within herself and knows her role here this evening. Timeout with 2:34 to go, 30-second timeout as we peek into the Knights huddle here. And Coach Brian Miller exhorting his team, guys, we got a couple of minutes here that we can either make some hay or not, and it's going to have a lot to say about how the second half goes.
Yeah, and it's going to be, I'm sure, between now and second half, there's always some adjustment to be made, and that's what he's doing right now. He's explaining to them, hey, that's what we got to do, girls, and he knows what he's doing.
And further adjustments, owing to the foul situation, and not just for Seipold, but that starts to spread like the plague. Once you start committing some fouls, someone comes to try and help, so you don't, they get one.
Right. The Knights are swinging the ball on the outside, trying to get people open. And the Bearcats right there, she threw a kind of an awkward throw right there.
Long look at a three from the perimeter, won't drop. And the Bearcats, they want to get in transition here and run a little bit. And that's something that they've done very successfully on their way to a perfect 9-0 record thus far this season. And the Knights know they've got to try and limit that, stop that, and try and create situations where they can get a stop on the ball.
The Knights right now, they're not just finding that range right now. I mean, everything they're throwing right now, from the outside is being long, but they're looking for that range, which they'll find it here.
Hadley Horn, her second one, up and rattles in, so she got both of them that time, and that gives the Bearcats their 20th point on the evening. They've doubled the Knights now and just a bit more at 20-9. And Preston, again, looking to use this last minute and a half or so effectively. Hazelrod glances one off the rim. Knights can't pull it in. And the Bearcats, nice save back inside. And they get it down in there to Keener. And she knows what to do. Left of the basket there. Up and good. Nice one-hander. 22-9. Bishop on the dribble. Gives it up down the lane. Running one-hander. Up and off the mark for Allie Sheets. Good-looking shot. Just wouldn't drop.
Now the Knights are showing a 2-3 zone defense.
Keener can't leave her alone in the paint. Hard not to foul her. Very hard to stop the ball if you don't. Leave her alone. She's going to do that every single time.
Right. She is so tall. I mean, when she moves with her hands up like that, all they got to do is throw it up in the air and she just go and find it.
Takeaway, the ball bobbled, gives Keener time to get there. She put one over the front of the rim that looked like it was going to fall in. It bounced back out. Preston going quick, and at the buzzer, that one off the rim. Story of the night, some of the almost shots that haven't fallen here in the first half. Hopefully we change ends and the Knights get a more fortunate bounce. at the home basket, but we come to the halfway point with the Grafton Bearcats leading your Lady Knigghts by a score of 24-9. We're going to take a break here for these commercial messages, and Alex and I will be back with second half action coming up next, right here on Mountain Digital Hometown TV. See you in a bit.
As a leader in rural health care since 1955, Mon Health Preston Memorial Hospital consistently provides compassionate, quality health care for our community. We offer state-of-the-art robotic procedures, are the first acute stroke-ready hospital in the state, and offer a new comprehensive infusion center for cancer care. Our 25-bed acute care facility provides high-caliber, personalized, close-to-home care. Choose Mon Health. Feel the difference.
Welcome to the new Shop and Save in the Kingwood Plaza. You'll enjoy the wide, spacious aisles, the great selection, and the convenience of a locally owned, locally operated grocery store. Check out the full-service deli with a wide variety of meats and cheeses, custom sliced the way you like it. The smell of the fresh-baked breads and cakes in the bakery. Welcome to Shop and Save in Reedsville, Terra Alta, and the new Shop and Save in the Kingwood Plaza.
I like to think when customers turn on their internet or the TV, it just works. We're all of the stuff that happens behind the TV and behind the modem that make it work. Sean Brushett, Vice President of Technical Operations.
People work from home, people work all hours, and so the network must stay up. I am Chris Bubach, managing the Network Operations Center. We observe the network as a whole. A lot of people go into providing the service, and a lot of technology and concepts go into providing that service.
I think as an enterprise, we would pride ourselves on being large enough to bring scale to bear on things like innovation, product roadmap. At the same time, we're small enough and agile enough we can make decisions quickly and respond to customers' needs, product use cases, and impacts to our network.
In order to keep things rolling, there's a lot more interconnectedness happening between networks. There used to be like little kingdoms of networks. Now it's much more of a nation of networks to operate together in order to make everything work.
Every customer situation is as unique as how they engage with our products. We're ultimately going to be the catalyst for the entire customer experience. And so it always comes back to people. All of these folks, everything they do connects to a customer experience. And so as I go from region to region, whether it's in Graysonville, Maryland, or Miramar in Florida, I see teams, they've got each other's backs in the middle of an emergency.
People who are hungry to learn and to work in an active, breathing network, building for stability, reliability, growth.
The future is powered behind the internet and the Internet of Things. For us to be on the forefront of that and to lead that change is really exciting.
Need a lift? Get back on your feet with a lift chair from Delano's Furniture. Recline, lay flat, massage, lift. Delano's has a huge selection from top name brands and will even give it a lift home with immediate delivery. Delano's Furniture.
As a leader in rural health care since 1955, Mon Health Preston Memorial Hospital consistently provides compassionate, quality health care for our community. We offer state-of-the-art robotic procedures, are the first acute stroke-ready hospital in the state, and offer a new comprehensive infusion center for cancer care. Our 25-bed acute care facility provides high-caliber, personalized, close-to-home care. Choose Mon Health. Feel the difference.
Welcome to the new Shop and Save in the Kingwood Plaza. You'll enjoy the wide, spacious aisles, the great selection, and the convenience of a locally owned, locally operated grocery store. Check out the full-service deli with a wide variety of meats and cheeses, custom sliced the way you like it. The smell of the fresh-baked breads and cakes in the bakery. Welcome to Shop and Save in Reedsville, Terra Alta, and the new Shop and Save in the Kingwood Plaza.
I like to think when customers turn on their internet or the TV, it just works. We're all of the stuff that happens behind the TV and behind the modem that make it work. Sean Brushett, Vice President of Technical Operations.
People work from home, people work all hours, and so the network must stay up. I am Chris Bubach, managing the Network Operations Center. We observe the network as a whole. A lot of people go into providing the service, and a lot of technology and concepts go into providing that service.
I think as an enterprise, we would pride ourselves on being large enough to bring scale to bear on things like innovation, product roadmap. At the same time, we're small enough and agile enough we can make decisions quickly and respond to customers' needs, product use cases, and impacts to our network.
In order to keep things rolling, there's a lot more interconnectedness happening between networks. There used to be like little kingdoms of networks. Now it's much more of a nation of networks to operate together in order to make everything work.
Every customer situation is as unique as how they engage with our products. We're ultimately going to be the catalyst for the entire customer experience. And so it always comes back to people. All of these folks, everything they do connects to a customer experience. And so as I go from region to region, whether it's in Graysonville, Maryland, or Miramar in Florida, I see teams, they've got each other's backs in the middle of an emergency.
People who are hungry to learn and to work in an active, breathing network, building for stability, reliability, growth.
The future is powered behind the internet and the Internet of Things. For us to be on the forefront of that and to lead that change is really exciting.
Need a lift? Get back on your feet with a lift chair from Delano's Furniture. Recline, lay flat, massage, lift. Delano's has a huge selection from top name brands and will even give it a lift home with immediate delivery. Delano's Furniture.
Back in the castle, warm-ups just about completed. About a minute to go here in the halftime period, and both of these squads getting back out here, getting ready to make their adjustments and get going with second half action and try to get a handle on this contest. Will the Lady Knigghts, as they trail right now, but have done a fairly impressive job against the number 3 team in the state of holding them in check a little bit compared to their norm. They average around 55 points or so per game. The only common opponent, East Fairmont, and East Fairmont put a pretty good whipping on our Lady Knights. And this Grafton squad defeated number 4 Fairmont. That's how they got to number 3. 51-48, close, tough contest, and that is the only real comparison that we have. But as we swing into third quarter action here. The Knights have a tall task. There's no doubt about that. This is a talented team. Preston's in a little bit of foul trouble here. Nasal Rod's got 3. Cameron Seipholt's got 4. And it's going to limit some of their effectiveness, or they're going to have to get creative to be effective, in other words.
Yes, and one of the reasons why Sipe was a little bit of a foul trouble because Keener, for Grafton, she's a tall person, she's very athletic, and she's a handful. And I'm not making excuses, but
she's a handful and more, and one of a group of some very good players that have gotten into the mix there in Grafton. They've been very, very fortunate. There's no high school portal, but I would say they've been fortunate in the portal, if I was going to say that.
I would say so.
I don't know. I don't know another school in AAA that has done as well with melding together a group of players who don't really know each other, didn't grow up together, and through whatever circumstance find themselves on the same team.
Again, they go with the full court press, and the Knights try to do what they did the first time, pass the ball. Just a little bit of a miscue on that pass there.
Got it out there on the sideline and not anywhere to go with it. So Grafton at the 7.5-minute mark takes over, leading your Knights 26-9 right now. But Preston, if they can get some stops here, and Keener has that ball rattle loose before she gets it back. Did a nice job saving it right there. But you saw the Knights sticking with it, denying her an opportunity for just an easy turn to the basket and a shot up. Got a perimeter shot there that went up from Horn, and Hadley Horn, again, just off the mark. That one does not find the net. But Grafton will get another chance, and they go right down inside to Keener, and Keener knows how to go up and put that one soft off the glass and use the board to score. So banking one home, making it 28-9, and Preston able to come right back and answer.
They're going to call her on a double dribble with that one. And I mean, that's what the Preston High is trying to do. Obviously, is try to get these girls, to take the outside shot, because they know that Keener, they got to shut her down underneath, because she's just a handful underneath. And that's what they need to do right there. Make them hit those outside shots, and they're just like the Knights. They haven't found their range, so. Knights put a little bit of pressure on them, and they get the ball back. Knights go up, one-hand shot, missed it. Again, Keener with the rebound.
But Preston thus far has, Alex, done a pretty good job playing the role of spoiler to an extent defensively, if they could just get the offense ignited, and that's been a problem here thus far all season long. Drawing the foul is Keener, but Preston typically does not face a team with 4 really, I'd call them high-profile players. Their leader is Keener. She's averaging over 23 points a game, Alex. She's going to get her points tonight one way or another, but having a little bit of an off night. She's only been shooting 50% at the line here this evening. The Knights just don't have enough fouls to keep putting her there. True to form. But, you look away from Keener on that Grafton squad, and you have Hadley Horn. She's ringing up 16 points a game. Ray adds a good solid 5 points and great ball handling and decision making at the point. And a name we haven't called too much, transfer from Lewis County, Hope Diver, number 5. We have not seen her have as much activity as is typical. But the 5'3" senior is another part of that quartet of really, really good players that over the last 2 or 3 years have kind of gelled together at Grafton High and become a force in AAA ladies basketball here in the Mountain State.
Yeah, the Knights, right now, Kendra, she did an excellent job there on that sequence right before there. Nice and sweep under, and she got fouled. She didn't make a free throw. But the Knights, what they need to do is just, they need to find their, like you said, their offense. Their offense is just not clicking right now. They cannot find their range, and other than that, they're doing a great job, containing Keener. Even though we are in a little bit of a foul trouble, like Saipo, for example, but they're doing a good job of containing her. She's going to get her points, like you said. Absolutely. There's no denying that. But they are making them take those outside shots. And just like the Knights, they are not finding their range.
And not making excuses, but the lack of floor time really has shown for Preston. And that's only getting more apparent as we get deeper and deeper into these winter weather delays. At some point, the light's going to come on for them.
They have to. Absolutely have to. And you're absolutely right.
It's too good a group of players here on this squad in Kingwood to be held down, over the course of a whole season. But unfortunate that they've had to deal with a lot of time just off the court, not being able to work out, get a ball in your hands, and just progress.
Yep, and that's key. Now, we could recommend them to, go outside in the park and do a little free throwing too, but it's too cold for that too.
Take your snow shovel. 4:55 on a turning third period clock.
Now we found the outside range right there. That's what we needed it.
Knights finally get a deep ball, making it 30-14, and hopefully a little more of that on the way.
All it takes
Keener.
Is a little spark.
Little dribble across the lane, and one hands that one up and in. Did a good job protecting the ball. Knights didn't foul her, but couldn't stop her.
Yeah, she's like
Bishop tried to pass there, and Keener just all over that.
Yeah,
and
she's
finally,
an athlete.
She finally gives that ball up to Horn, and they'll set the offense now, work it around. And it's Horn that takes the shot, Keener that gets the rebound on the far side. Now she goes to work. And nice pass in traffic. She takes that one on the left side, up and in.
Hope Denver there with a nice look underneath that to Keener there, and she finishes it off.
We have not said Deaver's name, as we mentioned, number 5. A lot tonight, but right there she shows you why she's one of the most talented players on this squad, and what she brings to the floor is very, very dynamic. It's got a good look at it right there, but she's always got her head on a swivel. She knows where the open players are, can dish the assist. She can also score the ball well. So, again, another weapon, and not really even fully on display here this evening. But doing a good job nonetheless out there and doing the intangible things that you don't really see away from the ball to help her team have success tonight. And that's really the thing that Preston, they're not lacking. They just have got to have enough time on the floor together to develop that instinct and just knowing
And
where your teammate is, where that ball needs to go,
right.
who's going to step up next,
Right.
who's got the hot hand at this moment.
Right. And that's all key. Again, it's all key. When you get all these instruments together, you know everything which you need to do, and you upkeep, and you know, like you said, you know where your teammate's going to be, you know they're going to make a cut, and that helps your offense a lot, because right now that's one thing that the Knights are lacking, unfortunately, right now is the offense. They cannot get their offense going.
Take away there by Beltner.
And they showed the full court press again, and the Knights need to make nice crisp pass, and they did. They got across half court.
Inside the final minute of period number 3 here. And the Knights trying to eat back into that lead. The Bearcats have built their 20-point advantage here the old-fashioned way with hard work and second chance and third chance opportunities that time won't go, but we get a whistle.
Bishop picks up that foul. 44, Bishop for the Knights.
Ava has really been out there trying to pick up as much slack as she can in the wake of other teammates being in foul trouble here this evening. Good hard play by the Lady Knights, struggling a little bit to get the ball in the basket, and timeout in the action right now with 53 seconds of the third quarter, and probably a good opportunity for the Knights. Again, talk about adjustments, set the stage for period number 4, and try to limit the Grafton Bearcats in transition, try to limit their second and third chance opportunities, try to find some way to get a handle on Keener and stop her from some of the things she's really talented and good at doing.
Yes, I mean Keener, like I said, she's a good player all the way around. I mean, she knows where to position herself. Like this last time that Denver came in there. I mean, she just made herself open, and she just can miss her. I mean, she knows how to position herself. She's very alert to where she needs to be, and on offense and on defense, which that's big help whenever you got a player that can get you rebounds, and that's a big plus. And like I said earlier, the Knights, they just cannot find that offensive rhythm. I mean, they need to get that offensive rhythm going. But like we said earlier, that's what happens whenever these girls cannot get in the gym and work on these things, and it makes a difference.
Natalie Beltner at the line for Grafton right here. And got a bounce and a good look at that one, but it did not drop. Beltner with the second one coming. Gets the roll that time. So they add another point, and it's 34-14.
On that exchange right there, again, it was that lack of communication between the Knights players out there. Again, this could not make the nice pass like they're supposed to. But they got the ball back.
And how many times do you see the player who is ostensibly playing, pretty much solid, the 5 position, and she's defending at three-quarter court? Keener just aggressively defending on the ball.
Yeah, she's like I said,
Little.
she's a good all-around player. She can play good defense. She's great in the offense, rebounding offensively and defensively. I mean, that's a good weapon to have.
Knights into the paint. Oh, wraps around, won't drop. And a whistle takes the ball back to the other end. First shot is up and good for Hadley Horn. Round and around and finally drops down.
See, what they're trying to do on a full court press is put Keener in front, which makes it tough for those, over the top pass from the Knights, and this is what they're struggling to get that pass through. I think we got an injured player on the floor for the Knights, and that's Matheny.
A little bit of a tussle on the floor, and Cam Matheny shaking it off. Coach Miller's going to come out, check it out, tell her take a break, take a breather, go to the bench.
Yeah, the Knights really got to, try to get something going here before the fourth quarter. Get some spark going. Swinging the ball on the outside, and Kendra Nezerod in the middle flashing. Bearcats putting on pressure. She shoots the three. Just a little too strong again.
Miller just off the mark again that time. Knights will watch that one go out of bounds as Grafton unable to chase it down deep in the corner. And again, Keener, she's coming all the way out three-quarter court defending on that ball and playing hard all the way in this one. Turnover, Keener gives it right back. Knights with a chance at a run out and an errant pass.
Just a little too strong in front of her there.
Intended for Kendra Naselrod, and she was going to tear it up with that one. But just a little bit off the mark. And back over to Grafton we go.
And they're going to call that foul on Watrin against the Knights and sends who else? Keenan to the line. And like we said earlier, she is a 50-50 shooter.
40th point for the Bearcats. We apologize, a little bit of technical difficulty with the scoreboard. And as they deal with that in the castle, the Bearcats sneak out to a 41-14 advantage. In the corner, Miller up. Good. Scores her second tray of the evening.
And what they're doing with Keener there, they'll bring her on top of the key on defense, forcing the Knights to make a bad pass because she's just so athletic. Whether they try to go high with the pass or low, she just can deny just about all directions.
Final 10 seconds of the third period here. And Grafton trying to lob one, throws it out of bounds. So just under 4 seconds remaining for Preston. Not a lot you can do with this. Catch and shoot, but not in time. And off the mark. So the Lady Knights trailing 42-17 at this juncture. We'll huddle and get ready for fourth period action. And as they do that, once again, we thank the major sponsors that bring you Preston Knight varsity basketball all season long here from the castle on Mountain Digital Hometown TV. Prodigy, the great fiber of the home connection from a local technology company, great customer service, great internet speed that you can count on, the bandwidth you need for everything you want to do. Check them out. Prodigy, fiber to the home. Call them today. And Mon Health, Preston Memorial Hospital, part of the Vandalia Health Network, the healthcare heroes working for you and your family. Keep you healthy here during this cold Preston County winter, and you don't have to leave the mountaintop to get it done. Get the health care you need from Mon Health, Preston Memorial. And, of course, our friends at Shop and Save. 3 stores and one great idea. A store down in Valley District, that's my local store. A store up on the mountain in Terra Alta. And those wide, luxurious aisles at their newest store in the plaza in Kingwood. Whatever Shop and Save you go to, they'll have great deals, friendly faces, and everything you need to keep the family fed and ready to go. Shop and Save. Check them out today.
Yes, the Knights, again, start the fourth quarter, they're having a hard time, putting a stop to Keener underneath because she's just all over the place. Nicely open shot underneath there for Watrin. Nice pass, crisp pass by the Knights, moving the ball really, really well. Start the fourth quarter. And that's what the Knights need. I mean, the Knights need to, relax. I mean, I know it's the fourth quarter, but relax, just play ball. And I believe that was away from the ball, foul called against Grafton, which the ball goes back to Preston.
Foul was on Hope Deaver away from the ball. And her first personal. Here's Keener with a takeaway. So she adds to the stats here tonight another one. She's got a steal. Goes down, and Preston able to nag her enough in the paint. And she missed that one. And we get another stop in play here.
Well, I believe that they called that foul. I guess against Keener.
Third foul on Keener, an offensive foul there, and she's not pleased with it. Who would be? Miller out front took a look at that, pulls the ball back down.
That's a 3. Again, I believe that was Watrin, number 2 for the Knights.
Watering, and we talked about it before. Who's going to be next man up? Who's going to step up in the tough situations right there? You see somebody coming forward and saying, I got it, coach. Give me a shot.
And that's going to be an offensive charge against Grafton. And the Knights get the ball back. That was a great job Knights did that, to set your feet, get in front, and just take the hit.
6 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. And
he's going to call
a
it
travel.
Yep.
Coach Miller walks down to the end of the coaching box, but not 1 inch further. The official eyes him up, and I think half of that was to warn Bella as she was imploring the official that, no, sir, that was not a walk. I saw it. Coach went down there and told his daughter, leave him alone.
Leave him be. Let me do the talking.
Leave him alone. He's doing his job.
And sometimes in a situation like that, you got to go to the referee and go,
hey. Is it a little frustrating sometimes? Sure, absolutely. Nobody sees it the same way.
Absolutely.
Castle Crazies, fewer in number than we're used to, but they were vociferous about that as well. You could hear them in the background there. They didn't like the call.
No.
And end result, Grafton goes back to work in the paint. And
Watering is going to pick up a foul on that one.
I'll tell you what, Watering is a battler, and she was down there going after that ball with everything she had.
Yeah, she's definitely a scrapper.
Just good, hard play both ways here tonight, both of these teams. Just tough and resilient and no nonsense. Horn with the free throw up and good with the first, and she toes the line. Gets set for another. And that one's going to be in and out.
Allie Sheets with the rebound for Preston. Bring the ball up the court on the corner for the three. Again, hits the rim, in and out. Just cannot find that range.
And the Bearcats, with a good lead and 4 minutes and 50 seconds on a turning clock, they're not going to slow down. They're not going to stop. They come from that school of thought that says, if you can't keep us from scoring, that's not our problem.
That's right.
And that's really the way you want your team to be. No doubt about the fact that they were the more prolific team on the floor this evening here in Kingwood. But as the Knights battle and battle and battle and just try to get better here over the beginning of this 2024-25 season, you find that they have played some extremely good teams, and it's like working double and triple shifts with no sleep.
Right, absolutely. And right there's Kendra Nazarod with a nice little layup there.
Kendra Nazarod would do that every time if she could, if she had the opportunity. Total team player, but again, that same kind of mindset that we've seen from the Bearcats tonight. Hard-nosed, no quit, don't look up at the score. Doesn't matter what the score is. This play is what matters right here.
They're going to call a foul there on the Knights. It's not a shooting foul.
Believe that's on Allie Sheets, and that'll be her fourth. One of a cadre of Knights in pretty decent foul trouble as this one winds down. Keener with a miss. Ball out of bounds, the official says, last touched by Preston. And the Bearcats will send Ray to inbound. And the speedy point guard gets that one way back out front. And Grafton goes to work once again here. Trying to run a little clock, 3:50 on a turning clock. Keener
No shot. No shot. And that, I believe they're going to be called there a lane violation, so the shot's no good. And the Knights, like I said, they're doing a pretty good job. Even though they're a little bit foul trouble, they're doing the best they can to contain Keener, which is not an easy task to do.
Sheets brought it up in the paint, had an opening there, little jump stop, and elevated up and a little bit strong, and it rattled off the rim. Here come the Bearcats. Now the Knights are going to apply some pressure, see if they can shake one loose here and get a turnover. And they do. Ball was too high for Keener, and right there to gather it in was Maya Watering. But again, defying gravity, the ball rolls across the rim and out.
And the
Nasal rod strong down there in the paint once again.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to deny anything inside. Made Grafton take a good long look at that one. They almost had to call a timeout.
Well, the big thing they're trying to do is not let Keener get the ball right open underneath the basket, which she can be deadly from down there.
Now 3:16 on a stopped clock here in the fourth period, and I think that ship may have sailed. But Knights are going to bring it down here now. And we get a whistle away from the ball.
I believe so. Yeah, whistle away from the ball, and the Knights go to the line.
And I believe the foul was on Hadley Horn. Technical foul. And the Knights will send Miller to the line to shoot it.
And, of course, the Knights will get the ball back also. She made both of her shots, and we get the possession.
That'll make it 44-26. Watering.
Drains the three.
Watering is putting on a show here for the remaining crowd tonight as she gets in here and stakes a claim to be the preeminent perimeter shooter for Preston here.
They cannot leave her open right now because, I mean, she's hitting everything. And she got her hands full underneath, guarding Keener underneath, so Keener can give her a workout.
Grafton now electing to just take some time off the clock.
And
as
that's how
they'll
they're
circle
doing.
back out front. They'll make Preston come and get the ball. And Ava Bishop's up to that challenge. She said, I don't care how many fouls I have. I don't care what you're doing. I'm coming out there. I'm going to defend you hard, and I'm going to take the ball if I can. Stop in play with 2 minutes and 9 seconds remaining on the clock, and that'll be a full timeout as the Bearcats lead the Knights 44-29. Preston has become a little bit resurgent here in this fourth period. Not going to be enough to get over the top, but you know, you're starting to see the little sparks around the edges that start to get the fire going.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, Watering, I mean, she's really stepped up here in the second half here with three-pointers that I know of.
Yeah, Mila Watering laying down a solid claim here, Coach. I want some playing time. I want to get on the floor.
That's it.
And here's what I'll give you if you get me in there.
That's it. When you
know, and that's really all Coach Miller can ask of his players, particularly in a season like this, where they're playing big, high-powered teams, and we made the analogy of working extra shifts with no sleep. They're doing it with no sleep.
For sure, for sure.
They're doing it without much time to stay conditioned and strategize and work and practice and not making excuses at all. And these young ladies don't make any excuses. If you talk to them, they'll tell you, we got this. We just got to get better at it.
Right. The Knights thought they had a turnover there, but your official didn't see it that way.
Yeah, defending well. Now the ball into the backcourt, and Grafton will bring it up again. And right now, I think the Bearcats are just interested in trying to get out of here before the snow flies. There's been enough fur flying here tonight. They've been in a tussle. These two teams play a good, hard-nosed, physical brand of ball, and not any two ways about it. They can hold their heads up on both squads, knowing that they've played a good, hard game here.
And right now, Grafton is just content to let the clock roll. They're in no hurry, really. Knights take over, and down the court we go.
Matheny out on the wing with the ball.
They take a little time out there for some substitute. Get some girls in, get some playing time. Now I think Grafton would like to call a timeout.
Bearcats want a timeout. Timeout in the action with 1:27 remaining in regulation. And your score, 44-29. And the Knights, unfortunately, on the wrong end of that. But playing hard here in the castle, and we want to thank the fans who came out on what promises to be a very chilly evening, a very chilly ride home, and snow on the way. Be careful out there if you got anywhere to go. It's getting a little slippery.
It sure is. Well, whenever at this time of year, whenever the temperature doesn't reach at least 20 degrees, it gets pretty rough, especially in the evening hours at nighttime, because it freezes much easier in the course, so you got to be really careful. And then you get the snow on top of it, and you don't know what's underneath of it, so you got to be really, really careful.
And maybe you don't want to know.
You don't want to know what's underneath of it. That's right. Maybe you don't want to know what's underneath of it. But I'd rather know what's underneath of it than not know it.
We just want everyone to be safe out there and tune in again to our next contest. Now, that was scheduled to be a boys' game here in the castle tomorrow evening. They've already called school off. With that, I'm sure that game's going to get rescheduled. We'll work with Athletic Director Ryan Justice, get that information gathered up, maybe try to get it posted up here for folks to see. We really encourage you to come out and support both the men's and women's team here. It's a great time in the castle if you can get up here to do it. If you're out there watching on the Breeze Line feed or on Prodigy, or if you would happen to be out there somewhere on the World Wide Web watching on the YouTube channel, we thank you so much. If you're watching on YouTube, maybe you're, say in Brazil or somewhere else out there in the great wide world.
You never know.
Punch that like and subscribe button. It really does help us with the YouTube algorithm to be able to get more folks notified that the games are on and that they can come back home on hometown TV. Even if you're far away, you can get back to Preston County. And we love being able to do that for our fans.
For sure.
Keener denied once again. Kendra Naselrod has made it her pet project here going down the stretch in this game to just kind of try to deny and frustrate the number one player on the Grafton Bearcats.
Unfortunately, she had to get a foul for her trouble.
Yeah, her mindset is we're going to play hard and the official will figure it out.
And that's all you can do, just play hard and hopefully the referees see it the way you want them to see it.
Grabs the rebound off the miss. Knights back in action here. Back to work. Bishop working right to left, turns around, and that ball gets away from Vera Strasser. So Grafton will have it just outside the Knight coaching box to inbound here, and they'll stack up with just under 30 seconds to go now as the clock begins to roll. And we get a whistle and the Knights get the ball.
That was Keener, finished that layup. And she goes to the line for one.
One official over in the corner signaled that the Knights had the ball. The other official said, no, the Knights committed a foul, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get the number on that one, but not really of consequence with 23 seconds remaining, and now we'll get timeout in the activities as both of these teams will huddle. Grafton leading now 48-29, and again the Knights have they've just struggled offensively, holding the Grafton Bearcats at this point to 48 points. You've held them under their season average, which is about 56. And you've done what you needed to do pretty much defensively, aside from letting them get some transition baskets here and there. But Preston is just struggling to light the fire under the offense. And on a cold night, it's hard to be a cold shooter.
Right.
It's tough.
Yes, it is tough. And like you said, the Knights, they just need to, get their offense sparks, get that started. And like you said, if they held them to a 48, which the average is 55, I mean, they did the job. They just need to get a few things, tweaked around a little bit and get their offense going.
Yeah, bright spot and a spark in the making. Mila Watering poured in 3 trays here in the second half to kind of give the Knights a boost and some confidence, much needed confidence from the perimeter. Bella Miller with a couple of big threes. And great defensive effort tonight. And for the Bearcats, we'll see Paisley Freeman at the line, number 3.
Just a little strong off the back of the rim there.
There hasn't been a lot of struggle in the Grafton Bearcat game this evening. Other than, I will say, they have not shot free throws particularly well, averaging around the 50% mark on the evening. Shot up and good for Strasser.
And that's the buzzer for the end of the game.
That will do it. We come to the end of this one. It's a 49-32 score. Your Preston Knights falling to the number 3 Grafton Bearcats. Get them next time. We'll get them next time. Guaranteed. All right, we will clean up and get out of here. And we will see you when next we see you. Wish we could tell you when that was going to be. We're going to have to look at the reschedules. We'll talk to the AD. Ryan Justice will let us know. We'll let you know. And we'll be back from the castle when next they have a game in play. But until then, he's Alex Roca. I'm Steve Blake. Our executive producer tonight, Denise Blake for Mountain Digital. We loved bringing you Preston Knight, varsity basketball. The Lady Knights couldn't quite get it done tonight, but they're working on it. I think y'all could see that. We thank you so much for tuning in. And now we'll thank the sponsors that help bring you these games. And we'll see you next on Hometown TV. Y'all be careful. Take care out there. And we'll see you soon.
As a leader in rural health care since 1955, Mon Health Preston Memorial Hospital consistently provides compassionate, quality health care for our community. We offer state-of-the-art robotic procedures, are the first acute stroke-ready hospital in the state, and offer a new comprehensive infusion center for cancer care. Our 25-bed acute care facility provides high-caliber, personalized, close-to-home care. Choose Mon Health. Feel the difference.
Welcome to the new Shop and Save in the Kingwood Plaza. You'll enjoy the wide, spacious aisles, the great selection, and the convenience of a locally owned, locally operated grocery store. Check out the full-service deli with a wide variety of meats and cheeses, custom sliced the way you like it. The smell of the fresh-baked breads and cakes in the bakery. Welcome to Shop and Save in Reedsville, Terra Alta, and the new Shop and Save in the Kingwood Plaza.
I like to think when customers turn on their internet or the TV, it just works. We're all of the stuff that happens behind the TV and behind the modem that make it work. Sean Brushett, Vice President of Technical Operations.
People work from home, people work all hours, and so the network must stay up. I am Chris Bubach, managing the Network Operations Center. We observe the network as a whole. A lot of people go into providing the service, and a lot of technology and concepts go into providing that service.
I think as an enterprise, we would pride ourselves on being large enough to bring scale to bear on things like innovation, product roadmap. At the same time, we're small enough and agile enough we can make decisions quickly and respond to customers' needs, product use cases, and impacts to our network.
In order to keep things rolling, there's a lot more interconnectedness happening between networks. There used to be like little kingdoms of networks. Now it's much more of a nation of networks to operate together in order to make everything work.
Every customer situation is as unique as how they engage with our products. We're ultimately going to be the catalyst for the entire customer experience. And so it always comes back to people. All of these folks, everything they do connects to a customer experience. And so as I go from region to region, whether it's in Graysonville, Maryland, or Miramar in Florida, I see teams, they've got each other's backs in the middle of an emergency.
People who are hungry to learn and to work in an active, breathing network, building for stability, reliability, growth.
The future is powered behind the internet and the Internet of Things. For us to be on the forefront of that and to lead that change is really exciting.
lift? Get back on your feet with a lift chair from Delano's Furniture. Recline, lay flat, massage, lift. Delano's has a huge selection from top name brands and will even give it a lift home with immediate delivery. Delano's Furniture.
As a leader in rural health care since 1955, Mon Health Preston Memorial Hospital consistently provides compassionate, quality health care for our community. We offer state-of-the-art robotic procedures, are the first acute stroke-ready hospital in the state, and offer a new comprehensive infusion center for cancer care. Our 25-bed acute care facility provides high-caliber, personalized, close-to-home care. Choose Mon Health. Feel the difference.
Welcome to the new Shop and Save in the Kingwood Plaza. You'll enjoy the wide, spacious aisles, the great selection, and the convenience of a locally owned, locally operated grocery store. Check out the full-service deli with a wide variety of meats and cheeses, custom sliced the way you like it. The smell of the fresh-baked breads and cakes in the bakery. Welcome to Shop and Save in Reedsville, Terra Alta, and the new Shop and Save in the Kingwood Plaza.
I like to think when customers turn on their internet or the TV, it just works. We're all of the stuff that happens behind the TV and behind the modem that make it work. Sean Brushett, Vice President of Technical Operations.
People work from home, people work all hours, and so the network must stay up. I am Chris Bubach, managing the Network Operations Center. We observe the network as a whole. A lot of people go into providing the service, and a lot of technology and concepts go into providing that service.
I think as an enterprise, we would pride ourselves on being large enough to bring scale to bear on things like innovation, product roadmap. At the same time, we're small enough and agile enough we can make decisions quickly and respond to customers' needs, product use cases, and impacts to our network.
In order to keep things rolling, there's a lot more interconnectedness happening between networks. There used to be like little kingdoms of networks. Now it's much more of a nation of networks to operate together in order to make everything work.
Every customer situation is as unique as how they engage with our products. We're ultimately going to be the catalyst for the entire customer experience. And so it always comes back to people. All of these folks, everything they do connects to a customer experience. And so as I go from region to region, whether it's in Graysonville, Maryland, or Miramar in Florida, I see teams, they've got each other's backs in the middle of an emergency.
People who are hungry to learn and to work in an active, breathing network, building for stability, reliability, growth.
The future is powered behind the internet and the Internet of Things. For us to be on the forefront of that and to lead that change is really exciting.
Need a lift? Get back on your feet with a lift chair from Delano's Furniture. Recline, lay flat, massage, lift. Delano's has a huge selection from top name brands and will even give it a lift home with immediate delivery. Delano's Furniture.
As a leader in rural health care since 1955, Mon Health Preston Memorial Hospital consistently provides compassionate, quality health care for our community. We offer state-of-the-art robotic procedures, are the first acute stroke-ready hospital in the state, and offer a new comprehensive infusion center for cancer care. Our 25-bed acute care facility provides high-caliber, personalized, close-to-home care. Choose Mon Health. Feel the difference.
Welcome to the new Shop and Save in the Kingwood Plaza. You'll enjoy the wide, spacious aisles, the great selection, and the convenience of a locally owned, locally operated grocery store. Check out the full-service deli with a wide variety of meats and cheeses, custom sliced the way you like it. The smell of the fresh-baked breads and cakes in the bakery. Welcome to Shop and Save in Reedsville, Terra Alta, and the new Shop and Save in the Kingwood Plaza.
I like to think when customers turn on their internet or the TV, it just works. We're all of the stuff that happens behind the TV and behind the modem that make it work. Sean Brushett, Vice President of Technical Operations.
People work from home, people work all hours, and so the network must stay up. I am Chris Bubach, managing the Network Operations Center. We observe the network as a whole. A lot of people go into providing the service, and a lot of technology and concepts go into providing that service.
I think as an enterprise, we would pride ourselves on being large enough to bring scale to bear on things like innovation, product roadmap. At the same time, we're small enough and agile enough we can make decisions quickly and respond to customers' needs, product use cases, and impacts to our network.
In order to keep things rolling, there's a lot more interconnectedness happening between networks. There used to be like little kingdoms of networks. Now it's much more of a nation of networks to operate together in order to make everything work.
Every customer situation is as unique as how they engage with our products. We're ultimately going to be the catalyst for the entire customer experience. And so it always comes back to people. All of these folks, everything they do connects to a customer experience. And so as I go from region to region, whether it's in Graysonville, Maryland, or Miramar in Florida, I see teams, they've got each other's backs in the middle of an emergency.
People who are hungry to learn and to work in an active, breathing network, building for stability, reliability, growth.
The future is powered behind the internet and the Internet of Things. For us to be on the forefront of that and to lead that change is really exciting.
Need a lift? Get back on your feet with a lift chair from Delano's Furniture. Recline, lay flat, massage, lift. Delano's has a huge selection from top name brands and will even give it a lift home with immediate delivery. Delano's Furniture.